Alright, get that right hand out of your pants, soldier. This is a YouTube tutorial, not your hot autistic first cousin's Instagram account. And yes, it is a little weird if you accidentally make out with her because you're still blood related. I mean, what is this, Game of Thrones? But anyways, guys, I've been able to generate millions of sales into my dropshipping store by primarily being able to create high converting video ads where I'm able to script, gather footage, and edit it all together in the most efficient manner. And let's be honest, most of you guys don't want to make your own video ads because it takes a lot of time, you have low CTRs, and you're just not getting the sales and the results that you want from them. But using the framework I'm about to teach you in this video, that is all going to change, as we're going to be able to craft these video ads in half the time that it took you in the past, but still make sure that they're at the right quality level so that you can scale your stores like mine to over 100 grand a month. So ladies and gents, it is now day 16 of the 0 to 100K challenge, and we are right now still working on our EMS sculpting blade. So in order to craft these video ads, the first part of this process is we have to go back to our market research document and again, get familiar with what are the angles that we could potentially hit this with. So we have to know who's our avatar, which if you watch the previous videos, you know that's going to be nurses dealing with plantar fasciitis. And then how I typically like to break down my angles is having a core problem, a core desire, and then a unique mechanism. So for this video, I did do a little bit of planning. So the core problem we're going to go with is that these nurses are terrified their plantar fasciitis will never go away. And of course, the main desire is to not have to think about their feet and hopefully never deal with this problem again. So then from there, I want to pick a specific video framework. And from this is in my 101 program, by the way, I would go to problem solution. And this is always my go-to video framework. And as you can see, there's a lot of different ways you can format the clips. And this is how I write my scripts in slightly different ways with the body so that they each perform differently and that Facebook sees them as their own unique ad. Because if all you do is just change out the hook but have the same body afterwards, Facebook is basically going to nerf your results because they think all the ads are basically the same thing. So we need to make sure the hooks are different plus the body as well. So when it comes to writing hooks, this is the most important part of your video script. You have to nail this down, which is why we always split test for each ad. So as you can see right here, this hooks document I will link for free in my school community, but my basic rules is that it has to be a hook that is conversational and creates curiosity, which is typically by teasing a benefit or saying that you can solve a problem if you keep watching the video. So an example of a bad hook would be saying, moms, the reason you're not losing that stubborn fat is because you're not in a calorie deficit. The reason why that's not good is because you already gave the answer. You said it's the calorie deficit. So there's no real reason for me to keep watching the video. You already closed the loop. But if we go with something that opens the loop a bit more and is a little more conversational, like I finally found out the reason I couldn't shed that stubborn belly fat after I had my first child, that's going to keep making me watch the video because now I'm curious, what was that reason? So there are about 5 different hook structures that I love: contrarian hooks, benefit, identity call. But again, go into the school community, sign up, you'll get access to this completely for free. And it even has 10 of my favorite hooks that you can easily plug and play into your ads so that you can have the best converting hooks. So I like to do 4 ads for each angle, which means each one's going to need a different hook and a different body. So as you can see, I wrote a few off screen. So I honestly was terrified that my plantar fasciitis was going to last forever if I kept my nursing job. That was on the money, exactly what the angle talks about. Now, we do have one that's a benefit, which you can make the argument for a problem solution video. Typically, the hooks just mention a problem. So it may make more sense for me, honestly, to write 2 to 3 different problem-oriented hooks. And then maybe we throw in an identity call out or a contrarian hook as well. Now, before you go ahead and write the rest of your ad, I highly recommend use a tool like Atrio where you can save a list of the best ads from the top performing brands. So that way you can go through these, watch them, and just notice how are people talking? How are they doing the hook? How are they structuring their ad? So that way, when you go ahead and write, you're not just going completely blank without any inspiration whatsoever. So that's exactly what I did. And when it comes to writing the body, another great tip is that I always just use the research from my market research phase that we did in the previous video. So based on this, we need to write a problem, have a solution, have some benefits. So again, this is all going to come from everything we already did with the avatar because we know the emotions she felt. We know the failed solutions that she went through, and we know the transformations that she wants. So if we go back to our original script, you can see right here, the problem was she started crying. That was the emotion. That's how we're going to relate. And why did she start crying? Because it felt like there was a knife in my heel. So when you read my copy, a lot of times I try to really hit on what was the emotion they felt and what is that feeling. I like the word feel, and I will use that over and over in my script because that's typically how you're going to relate the most. So obviously you can read the rest of this script, but this looks really beautiful. It follows the exact structure I love. And as we scroll on down, I wrote a little variation where it's a bit shorter. So that way, again, each one of these videos will be seen as a unique ad in Facebook's eyes, even though they are the same initial angle. So now that we have our script written out, we should have a decent idea as to what clips are going to correspond with each line. Typically, you're going to need around 2 to 3 clips. So in order to gather those, I like to hop onto a few different resources, starting with Amazon. So as you can see on Amazon, when you go and find your product, there's typically going to be a video section where, as you can see, we can get different B-roll shots from actual customers. Typically, the actual listing will have videos as well. So if there's any clips you like, you can obviously go ahead and download that. Now, I know it's a little bit difficult to download Amazon videos, so there is a specific extension I have called Z-Drop. It's about $15 a month, but it lets you download all the resources from Amazon in just a few clicks. Now, the next resource I love is Facebook ad library. When you look up your competitors' brands, you can see what ads they're already running. And just again, it doesn't really matter if the ad is high performing. You're just trying to find clips. So if you find a clip like this where you really like it, but it's a little bit too much text, still go ahead and download it. And then you can use a tool like VMake, which as you can see, I just uploaded a video to VMake that already had some text on screen. But what it does is it eliminates it. It removes it and makes it look so natural. So again, there's no excuse if you find a clip you like if text is on screen. Now, the next resource has to be TikTok. So this is where you're going to look up specific keywords. You can obviously look up your product and see what B-roll comes up. But I also know that for my script, there are going to be certain problem clips that are not going to be tied to the original videos. So for instance, I'm going to need to show nurses that are in pain, nurses that might be rubbing their feet, but I need to have a few ideas for keywords to look up. So I just looked up nurses crying, and we can see right here this video of this nurse crying, and this could be a great hook. It shows the problem. It shows the emotion they're feeling. Now, is she necessarily rubbing her feet? No, but do we actually need that? Not really. So I just looked up a few different keywords and I downloaded some videos of some nurses crying, and I think those are definitely going to end up being our hooks. And then the final resource I do love is if you can find your product and validate it, then typically there will be some good video ads that again, you can get some clips if it corresponds with the angle you're going for, because I'm going for the angle of plantar fasciitis for this product, and the main people are mainly going for other angles, which is more full body, which is not what I'm trying to do. So I'll have to go through, see what videos actually have the clips I'm looking for. Like this one right here. Yep, she's using it on her feet. So I'm going to download this. And just hold your horses, you eager beaver. There is one final step we have to do before we hop inside of CapCut and start playing around with things, and that is generating our AI voiceover. So for that, I highly recommend using 11 Labs. There are so many great voices. You can actually go to the filter section and whatever your target audience is. So in this case, I can do female, I can do middle age, and it will recommend what voices it feel like will correspond with what your target audience is. So this is a great resource. But if you're a little bit too lazy and don't want to do that, then just take a screenshot. These are all the voices that I personally love and rotate in between. But if you are wondering what is the middle-aged woman UGC, well, there's a little bit of a black hat thing you could do, but Papa E didn't tell you. Like, I would never do this. I mean, you could just hypothetically go on a TikTok, find a video of someone who has the perfect voice of your target audience, then go to create a voice, and then maybe do an instant voice clone of that where you upload the clip, and then it might just have the exact perfect voice that sounds human and not AI. But who would want to do that? I know definitely not this guy, but hopping on to the text-to-speech function here. So this is where we choose the voice. I'm just going to go with middle-aged woman UGC. That's definitely an AI voice. But when we go to the settings, I usually do 1.03 for the speed. I usually do anything between 40 to 50% for stability. Similarity is pretty much always 75%. So I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to generate this speech and then move it into CapCut. Now, before we start editing inside of CapCut, if you do want access to my team of video editors that are fully trained by me and know how to find the right clips and edit your ads together for a fraction of the cost of most other mainstream video editor tools, then click that first link in the description down below, because honestly, these editors are going to be better than you. They are fully trained. They have years of experience, and they have helped me scale my brands to over 100 grand a month, and have helped so many of my students that have also outsourced their ads to them scale to their first 1 grand days. So if you are interested in working with me, if you are really serious about making 2026 your year and making dropshipping your main hustle, then again, click that first link in the description down below, and I would love to work with you. Now, I ended up actually shortening the script because it was a little bit long for me, but once we actually upload it, as you can see right here, to CapCut, the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of all of the dead space, because there are going to be a lot of moments where you can just get rid of that. And just for the sake of the ad actually moving, it needs to be like a roller coaster. It's constantly moving up and down. There can't be any just sudden stops for me. So as you can see, all this dead space in between this line and this, we are going to remove it. So after doing a little chopping and changing, it went from 46 seconds down to 40. So we're saving some precious time right here. And it honestly didn't take that much time. So now that we have our audio all played around with, the final thing you can do audio wise before we actually have our clips is choosing a background track. So typically the best background tracks that the biggest brands are going to use are songs that have no lyrics, and it's typically more house music. It's like that Zara playlist that, man, you didn't realize if you're in a clothing store or at the club, who knows? But in order to find those types of tracks, I just go to Epidemic Sound. I go to the genre like ambient house, and then you can go through, choose the ones you like, and those are the ones that I typically go with. So we add our audio track here, and I'm going to lower that volume usually by about 20 to 30 decibels, because again, it needs to be background music. So play around with it. And then with the actual audio we got from 11 Labs, I did increase the volume. So I increased it by about 12. It depends on what the volume was originally of the track. This will end up being a little lower. So again, try to match the bar length that you're seeing right here with your audio. So now our second to last phase of this process is designing our hook. Now I have a full video that covers my entire hook process and the exact visuals that I like, but just as a quick little synopsis, as you can see right here on my screen, there's about 5 different types of hooks that are the best performers, either showing a raw reaction, so a very emotional reaction of someone before using the product or after. You have extreme problem, which is showing a visual of someone that's going through that problem in a more aggravated sense. Desired result, pretty self-explanatory, showing what they want to get. And of course, the before and after hook showing the results after they used a product. And then product demo is just showing how the product actually works. So for this product, since it is a problem hook, it most likely makes the most sense to either do raw reaction or extreme version of problem. So after going through all the problem clips I found, I think I'm going to go with this one where it's a really raw reaction from this nurse. And we probably will have a few shots like this where they're very sad because I don't really like to stay on a clip for more than 3 seconds. So let's just figure this out together. Yeah, I think right here at 2 seconds is when we're going to cut there because you can see the pain, but I do want to get the most painful shot. So is there one where she looks depressed? I'd say right there, she's wiping tears. So let's actually go with that as the opening shot. All right, so we moved her over a little bit. Let's just see how this looks. So typically though, where I like to cut the clip is when there is a pause in the middle of a sentence or at the end of a sentence. So the first sentence ends at about 3 seconds and 28, which is a little longer than I'd ideally like, but just for the sake of continuity, it's going to flow a little bit better. So let's just see how that looks. So we could go with that, or I could just cut it a little bit earlier and start that next clip. So we'll play around. Yeah, so I think it's going to make a little bit more sense for us to start this clip a little earlier. So let's hear the next line and figure out what clip makes sense.
I would come home and start crying because it felt like there was a knife in my heel with every step I took.
Oh, honestly, this clip that we went for of her crying probably actually makes a bit more sense there. So we're going to play around a little bit. Alrighty, so yes, I think that does flow better. So I found another clip of someone actually holding their foot in pain, which makes sense. I mean, just look at her. Ouch! All right, so we've added a few clips for the first few lines of the script, and we made sure there's no extra space on the top or bottom, which is a very common beginner mistake. So I like to keep things very much in focus. And obviously, some clips will be a little long, some will be a little short, so we'll play around with the length a little bit later, but let's just see how it flows right now.
I honestly was terrified that my plantar fasciitis was going to last forever if I kept my nursing job. I would come home and start crying because it felt like there was a knife in my heel with every step I took. I knew I couldn't deal with this sharp pain for the rest of my life, so
yeah, so I think honestly the clip order makes sense. Some clips are a little bit long, some are a little bit short, but we'll always be able to play around with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the rest of the clips. But before I do that, I just want to show you guys how I like to generate my captions, because yes, I do like to have captions, but not in a very obnoxious in your face way. So when you guys do finish your actual AI voiceover and actually cutting the dead space, what we can do is just click on auto captions. All right, beautiful. So we have these added. I typically like to do the white text with a black outline, but I want to make sure each one of these captions is about 3 to 4 words max. So right here is where I would cut on this first one. So you just click on the return key and you can break these up to make sure none are too long. Beautiful. So all the lines are edited. So really the final thing I have to do from here is just make sure we have all those clips and just make sure the timing is all right.
A few moments later.
All right, so Poppy had some time to find the right clips. And just as a quick note, when it comes to my hook, I do also like to add a hook text, which is just another hook on top of the visual and the scripted hook. So essentially, I'm usually just mentioning the biggest benefit that you're going to get from watching the video. So foreshadowing the value, or I just mentioned the problem that is relatable that they are currently dealing with. So if you're wondering how to add that, all you have to do is go to the text option and then just drag it down and make sure it's the full duration of your hook. Now, the last thing to note is that when you are choosing clips, some clips will be a little bit too long and some will be a little bit too short. So when a clip is too short, for instance, I usually will go to the speed option and then lower the speed. So that way it's a little bit longer of a clip and most people are just not going to notice. And each clip, as you can see, is typically about 2 seconds long. I don't really like to go above that, but you kind of plug, you kind of feel, and once you watch your ad a few times, you'll notice what clips feel a little bit too long and what feel a little bit too short. So without further ado, let's watch this masterpiece. And if you enjoy this video, make sure to like and of course subscribe, because we're dropping new tutorial videos like this every single day for the 0 to 100K challenge.
I honestly was terrified that my plantar fasciitis was going to last forever if I kept my nursing job. I would come home and start crying because it felt like there was a knife in my heel with every step I took. I knew I couldn't deal with this sharp pain for the rest of my life, so I decided to get this blade that uses EMS, which is clinically proven to break up scar tissue. I've already noticed a huge improvement so far with my heel pain after a few weeks, and I finished my first shift without feeling like my feet were going to fall off. It has therapeutic heat, which reduced my inflammation and feels incredible after a 12-hour shift.